I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
We got championship football in Hattiesburg, and these kids will be fired up come Saturday afternoon.
That's right, Coach. Coach Huff. We've got championship football in Hattiesburg on Saturday. Southern Mississippi will be taking on Troy for the Western Division Championship, 2:30 on Saturday. My goodness, what a great opportunity. When's the last time that you can remember a championship can be won in Hattiesburg at home? Man, that's been a minute. And you can win it outright at home Saturday afternoon at 2:30. Looks like the weather's going to be awesome. Going to be a little chilly, which is going to be even better. Welcome to the Sports Page, y'all. It's a really, really great weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend. It's championship weekend. It's senior day for the whole week. And it's a really, really great week. Hope that you and yours are doing really well. Thanks to all our listeners on 97.3 and 99.3 FM. Hope that you and yours are good. To everyone who's listening to us, I guess, east to west as far as Waynesboro. I'm almost to the Alabama state line. East, far west, is Columbia. Tylertown will come that way. Some on 97.3. North to south, all the way, oh, Lord have mercy, on the other side of Meridian, we're told, on 99, and then south on, the northern part of Stone County. You can listen to us simulcast on 97.3 and 99.3 and SuperTalkHattiesburg.com and SuperTalkLaurel.com. Yeah, we have a number of things going on. And, of course, there's a lot of focus on not only what's going to happen with our high schools. We have some high schools contending for South State championships. But a Western Division Sun Belt championship can be won in Hattiesburg on Saturday. And it's a lot. It's a huge game. It's the biggest game I can remember that's come to Hattiesburg with such significance. If you can remember, this is the program, y'all, that was 1-11 last year. And now, within, 12 months or less, then it's now playing for a Western Division Sun Belt Championship. It would be its first ever in school history to win one. So we'll let's hear from the head coach at Troy. He met the media today, and this is some of the words he said about the Southern Miss team, which Coach Gerard Parker says he respects a great deal. Let's listen to his comments today to the media at Troy.
Sure will. We've put in a lot of work on them so far in the last day and a half. Very quick to see why they've been leading the West this entire year. They've got an explosive offense led by one of the top passers in the country. They can get you in space and score from far away and run right past you. They throw the ball vertically in the air as well as anybody we've played, and have a special player at back to make you miss as well when you start to worry too much about the passing game. And then defensively, they're disruptive up front. They're plus 12, I believe, in turnover margin. They've created a bunch of havoc plays and made a ton of plays in the secondary that create very big problems for us in preparation. So that's a tall task, one that'll keep me awake at night for the rest of the week. And they're sound and do a great job in the kicking game as well. So it's a championship football program. Coach Huff has done a brilliant job preparing this team and turning the program around in 1 year. And we're certainly very proud and grateful to be able to have a chance to line up and play against them.
Coach Gerard Parker, the head football coach at Troy, talking about Southern Miss. The game at 2:30, y'all, on ESPN Plus. And the winner of the game will play number 20 James Madison on Friday, not Saturday, on next Friday in the Sun Belt Championship game in Harrisonburg, Virginia. It may be cold, but, man, you just want to get there. So know that the game on Saturday, is at 2:30 this Thanksgiving, and it's senior day, too. It's over 20 seniors will be playing their last collegiate home game at the Rock on Saturday as well. So we got all that going in addition to the high school template. Y'all, it's South State weekend, always during Thanksgiving. And we have some games that we want to tell you that were played on Friday. And it included a number of our local teams. Brandon beat Oak Grove 30-27 in overtime. Gulfport beat Petal 45-10. That game was heard on 97.3. Hattiesburg beat Pascagoula 35-20. Picayune beat Hancock 52-20. It was Brookhaven over Wayne County 42-7. Laurel continues. Yeah, they're doing that thing. They beat Stone 24-21. In Class 4A, Poplarville beat Macomb 55-20. And Macomb's really, really good. But y'all know Poplarville in November, man. Coach Beach and that team, they just play. And Columbia beat Pass Christian 41-6. That's in Class 4A. In Class 3A, Raleigh beat Union 35-21, and Seminary beat Franklin County 15-3. In Class 2A, Heidelberg, the defending Class 2A champion, beat Clarkdale 64-14, and Mize beat East Marion 24-6. In Class 1A, Simmons beat Nanawaya 20-8, and Taylorsville beat Leake County 36-0. Those are all in the public schools. In MAIS state championships, River Oaks beat Humphreys 20-8. Thursday scores at Jackson Academy, Class 3A, Division II. Adams Christian beat Marshall Academy 28-22. Leake Academy beat Tri-County Academy by 1 point, 25-24. I saw that. It was a field goal that was the difference in that game. On Friday at Jackson Academy, DeSoto, Arkansas beat Tallulah 34-12. They play in Mississippi, those schools. Centerville Academy beat Lee Academy 32-20. Park Lane is the Class 4A Division II champion. They beat Heritage Academy 42-0. Saturday scores with these games played at Mississippi College in Class 2A Division II. Winston Academy beat Oak Hill Academy 20-0. Lamar beat Brookhaven Academy 34-17. Lamar is out of Meridian. Congratulations to them. And Jackson Academy beat Hartville Academy 50-14 in the Class 4A Division I division. So what does this mean? Those MAIS scores were state championship scores, so that means their season is done. But here in the public schools, y'all, here comes South State and North State weekend. So we'll give you all the matchups. In Class 7A, North State, Oxford is playing Tupelo. Oxford is 11-1, Tupelo 12-1. South State is Brandon at Gulfport. Gulfport is at home, hosting again like they did last week. Gulfport is at 10-2. In Class 6A, North State Ridgeland is at Warren Central. And South State, Picayune at Hattiesburg. You better get there early, y'all. It's two teams that are 10-2, and the winner plays for the state championship. And it would be for the first year for a new staff coming in after Coach Tony Vance retired. He's now coaching in Alabama. Actually saw him on Saturday. But Hattiesburg will be playing for the South State championship on Saturday against Picayune, and it should be a good one. Get there early if you're going. In Class 5A, North State, Holmes County will be at West Point. South State, Laurel, of course, Laurel, those tornadoes about this time under Ryan Ernest in the month of November, they'll be at Brookhaven. In Class 4A, North State, Kosciuszko will be at Louisville. Kosciuszko is 12-1. Louisville, of course, always good at 10-2. South State, Poplarville at 8-4. Man, don't get into that record because usually in November they're good. At Columbia, of course, the Wildcats are undefeated at 13-0. In Class 3A, North State, Noxubee County beat Winona 10. Is playing at Winona. Noxubee County is 10-3. Winona is 9-4. Seminary will be at Raleigh. Raleigh, the Lions, they're 12-1. Seminary 8-5. You can throw that out. Those two coaches over there are really outstanding. They're really good friends. And so it will be Seminary at Raleigh. North State will be in Class 2A, Kemper County at 7-6. Will be at East Webster. East Webster is 12-1. And then Mize will be at Heidelberg. Mize is 7-6. Heidelberg, of course, is 11-2. And y'all, they're loaded. They're averaging 55 points a game plus in high school. Crazy. And they'll be playing at Heidelberg for the South State Championship. In Class 1A, North State, Calhoun City will be at Biggersville. And then South State, Taylorsville will be at Simmons. Simmons is at 11-0. So locally, y'all, what can happen? Taylorsville in 1A, Mize and Heidelberg in 2A. In 3A, it's Seminary and Raleigh. So that's how many teams? That's 5. Poplarville and Columbia, that's 7. Laurel, 8. Picayune and Hattiesburg makes 10. We have 10 teams. If they win on Friday night, they'll be playing for the state championship. Oh, my goodness. Also, too, we want to tell everybody that the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game will be played in Hattiesburg. It will be played the week after the state championships. Of course, the state championships are in 2 weeks. The Mississippi-Alabama game is in 3 weeks. So, know that will be happening at The Rock. All right. Well, you got an update now, y'all. We got great high school games on Friday. A big game in Hattiesburg on Saturday at 2:30. Tickets, you can go to southernmiss.com. We'll talk with our good friend Sean Wansley when we come back, and the sports page continues.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. We're rolling and going on a really big week this Thanksgiving week, y'all. My goodness, it's going to be an awesome time. Now, hopefully, it'll be a great time for you and your family, and have a really spirit of gratitude for just getting through 2025 with anticipation of a really great 2026. We have much to be thankful for, a whole lot. Remember, we'll bring up the matchups that are going to be going on in the area on Friday for South State, but also know that that's a big one in Hattiesburg on Saturday, where the Southern Miss Golden Eagles can do something they've never done. And that's our guys winning the Western Division Sun Belt Championship. In just a few years of being in the conference, you can win a Western Division Championship, and can do it with a win at home. And would love to see a number of folk out there. It'd be great to see a lot of the community out there. It's a big deal. Big deal. Because y'all remember how it was last year, right? At 1-11. And now the 8th win means a Western Division Championship, and the right to go play for a conference championship. And you already know you're going to a bowl. So welcome back, y'all. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but right with us is now the Sports Information Director at Jones College, our good friend Sean Wansley. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
Hey, Mitch. How are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing all right. You know, there's a little bug out there. You know, I'm a little stuffy today, but I'm rolling through it, Doc. Rolling through it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going on campus? I guess would have been Thanksgiving week. Maybe some, maybe not. But I know that y'all had a really full end of last week and the weekend, right?
Yeah. I think the big thing that happened last week was both of our soccer teams playing in the national tournament out in Wichita, Kansas. Our women's team got all the way to the semifinals. They beat a team from Arkansas in the first round, and then we beat the defending champions, the number one team, not the defending champions, number one team in the nation, Johnson County, Kansas.
My goodness.
You beat them 4-3 in round 2. And in that game, Shirlene King scored all 4 goals for Jones. She's a young lady from Panama who has signed with Oklahoma State, and she scored all 4 goals. And that got us to the national semifinals against Northwest Mississippi. And it was a tough game. Goes into overtime. In the 95th minute, Northwest scored, and they beat us 3-2. So for the 4th time in 5 years that we've made the nationals, we made it to the semis, but we lost to Northwest. Northwest went on to win the whole thing 2 days later.
My goodness.
Back-to-back national championships for them. But Jones had a great year, 14 wins, 6 losses, 2 ties. Shirlene King was named Player of the Year in our conference. Hope Welch and Bailey Driscoll. Bailey's a young woman from South Jones. who they were named all MACCC last week. So another great year for Coach D's team. Our men's team, we were in that national tournament. We beat St. Louis Community College 3-1, and then we played Phoenix in our next game. It was a 0-0 tie, and we go to penalty kicks. And Phoenix College, the number one team in the nation on the men's side, they beat us 4-3 on penalty kicks. And then they went on to win the national title as well. So both teams we lost to won the national championship.
Goodness.
So,
wow.
Yeah, it's quite an accomplishment for our teams. Our men's team, end of the year, Brendan Conley's team, 16 wins, 3 losses, 3 ties. So great year in soccer for our soccer Bobcats. Every year they do a great job. Dolores Deasley on the women's side, Brendan on the men's side. So another great year for Jones College soccer.
Y'all are listening to Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, and he's been talking about the men's and women's soccer teams that did really well at nationals, and both of them losing to the eventual national champion. My goodness. So soccer is now complete. Those seasons are done, but basketball is ... That ball is bouncing both for the women and for the men. Give us an update.
Yeah, very much so on the basketball side. Our women's team is 6-1 on the year. Trista McGee Whitman having a great year, her first year at Jones. And last week, the Bobcats on the women's side defeated Lawson State 68-58. And on Saturday, we played the number 2 team in the nation, Chipola. Very good team. They beat us 71-45. And in that game, we were down 25-3 after the first quarter. And then after that, we only lost the next 3 quarters, 46-42. We played hard the whole game. That's a good sign for our team. I think the first few minutes of the game, they kind of might have been intimidated us a little bit. They were really good. But the last 3 quarters, our team, Jones, played very well and gave a good account of ourselves in that game that night. And tonight we're playing Baton Rouge Community College, and at the half, Baton Rouge has a 22-20 lead over Jones College. So our women's team, 6-1 on the year. We play at Southeastern Baptist College right up Highway 15 tomorrow night against Southeastern at 5:30. And our next home game for the women will be on December the 8th against Wallace State, Selma, Alabama. Our men's team, Coach Newton Meader's team, we lost our first game today. We were playing down the Pensacola State tournament. We ended up losing to Gulf Coast State College 74-70. Our team, number 5 in the nation, Gulf Coast State, number 11, and they ended up beating us 74-70. But we still have games this week down there. We're playing Tallahassee Community College tomorrow at 2 o'clock and number 18 Chipola on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Great competition down there. Of course, Chipola is coached by Donnie Tyndall, the former Southern Miss coach. He's still there. He's been there a few years.
Yeah,
he's still there. And so great competition. Our men are 7-1. They had some good wins last week. Took a tough loss today. I think we're down 12 or so in that game against Gulf Coast State, but came back to make it close, and tough loss for us, but got a couple more games to play this week. And our next home game for the men will be December the 4th against Bishop State College out of Mobile. So basketball certainly in full effect. Our women's volleyball team ended the year 30-5, and I think the team that we lost to them in a tournament down in Pensacola, Heartland College. They ended up winning the national championship there. So all our teams are highly competitive in these sports, and you can look for that to continue. Very good coaching and very good players on all of our teams. So we'll see how we do over the next few weeks.
So Sean, when does kind of everybody get a break? Does basketball get a break? During the Christmas time, do they play just a couple of weeks and then they get a break and they come back? What's that look like for competition for those for basketball as it gets ready to go into? Because it's one of those sports, y'all, that's merged between 2 semesters.
Yeah, it's been that way for quite a while, but both of our basketball teams will come back after Thanksgiving. Of course, our men's team's playing right up through Wednesday of this week, but they come back after Thanksgiving, play a couple of games, and we're off for about 3 weeks. We don't return until January the 5th, I know, on the men's side. But you get about 3 weeks of downtime. I know it's tough for our coaches to kind of schedule and get things straight right there, but we're going to be off for about 3 weeks in basketball. As far as school at Jones, we come back after Thanksgiving, and next week it's the final week of school as far as just regular class, and then we have a week of exams, and I think we go like December the 8th through the 11th on our fall semester exams, and that'll shut it down. And then December, I guess, the 15th through about January the 5th, we're out of school for about 3 weeks. So, we're down to the nitty-gritty. One more week of class, one more week of finals, and that'll be it for Jones College for 2025.
My goodness. So, Sean, how can everybody keep up with what's going on at Jones and any other information that you want to pass along?
Yeah, jcbobcats.com is our main site. All the schedules and results and rosters and stories are on that site. You can keep up with us all the time on there, and just go to Jones College Athletics on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Search that and just keep up with the Bobcats. We're playing tomorrow on the men's side. Like I say, we're playing Tallahassee down in Pensacola, and we're playing Chipola on Wednesday. So just go to those sites and kind of see how we're doing the rest of the week.
My goodness. Well, thank you, Sean. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you, my friend, same time, same place next week. All right?
All right, Mitch. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too, Sean. You too. All right, y'all. Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, giving us an update. And those teams playing through Thanksgiving, just like what's going to happen around here. It's South State weekend. It's senior day at Southern Miss. And also, my goodness, Southern Miss versus Troy, the Western Division of the Sun Belt Conference Championship at stake. Kickoff at 2:30. Tickets at southernmiss.com. And if you got a ticket, bring a friend. When we come back, we'll talk about what's going on down at the river when the sports page continues in a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
All right, watching the film, a chance to kind of take the emotions out of it, watch it, evaluate it today with the players and kind of go through it. Obviously, tough one just because you felt like you had some opportunities in there to win it in all three phases, and we just didn't get it done. We didn't score enough points ultimately. I felt like our defense did a lot of good, creating a turnover. They got a couple explosive plays, and that was kind of the story on that side of the football. And then offensively, I felt like there was some movement. We're moving the ball okay. The situational football, obviously, at the end of the day, the red zone, we were 0 for 3, and that's going to tell a strong story. And then we missed a couple field goals, for some points. So, growth opportunities, nothing's easy about this. We all want the same thing. We all want to find a way to succeed here. And, there's some things that feel really, really close, and we just got to get it done.
Coach Kellen Moore, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are the first team, y'all, to be no longer in playoff contention in the National Football League. They are 2-9, and they lose to the Falcons 24-10 this past weekend. So welcome back to the sports page, y'all. We're rolling and going. We talk about the Saints. We talked about high school football. Big game at the university on Saturday at 2:30. It's Southern Mississippi versus Troy, Western Division Championship at stake. And just, my goodness, the story is crazy. You go from 1-11 to playing for a Western Division Championship at home about 12 months later. Goodness gracious. So it's going to be great. You want more information, you can go to southernmiss.com for all of that. So I just can't remember a time, as long as I've been here, that you can win a championship at home on a Saturday and it looks like it's going to be a real crisp Saturday, and going to be good. So welcome back. Hope all of you and yours are well as we head into this Thanksgiving week. And I tell you what, doing well are the Pearl River Lady Wildcats, y'all. They have been doing awesomely well. And with us is Coach Shanae Govan Williams. Hello, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
Doing really, really good. Really good. Well, congratulations on such a great start. I know, of course, you've been coaching in the community college league prior to coming to Pearl River, and you don't beat nobody by no 50 points in Mississippi, hardly. And it just don't happen. And your bunch of ladies did that against Hines. Talk a little bit about your team and that effort and what all came together.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm just fortunate and blessed to be at a really good program where everybody, wants to win. The tradition. I'm just grateful that we've been able to, keep it rolling from where Coach Fletcher left it off. I think that our group, I think we're seasoned. We have quite a few sophomores that have some experience as well as some of the best freshmen in the state, and we were able to bring some out-of-state players who have just bought into what we've been trying to do, myself and my coaching staff. And so I think the other day, we started off Monday. Well, we'll go back to Monday's game against Calhoun. We came back from almost a 15-point deficit, ended up winning the game. So all week we talked about just, being relentless for 4 quarters, playing hard for 40 minutes. And I think that was the tale of our game on Saturday. The girls came out just ready to go from the tip. And, I mean, it allowed us to, win by 55.
That's crazy. So crazy. So, but I know from a coaching standpoint, with your team playing well, and we're heading into the Thanksgiving week, and you get a little bit of a break. But wouldn't you like to still be playing? I mean, kind of like when you're doing so well, you take a break, and then you got to come back because you got to go on. I guess you got to go on the road on the 4th, and yeah. So, what's your assessment of that? Are you welcoming the break, or would you rather be still hooping?
Well, honestly, I think for us, I think we needed the break just because, out of we're 5-1. I think out of the six games we played, 4 of them have been on the road. So it's been a bit of a grind. We've been gone, and so I'm grateful for this break for the young ladies to be able to reset mentally. They had most of them had finals this week, and so I think they needed that time of being able to go home, but also too we've been texting them, and they've been doing their workouts and sending it in. At the end of the day, you got to keep the main thing. But I think I welcome this balance of being able to go home and spend time with your family, but also to understanding when you come back on Thanksgiving evening, it's back to the grind.
Y'all are listening to Coach Shanae Govan Williams, the head coach of the Pearl River Lady Wildcats, who are 5-1, y'all, as they head into a little bit of a Thanksgiving break. And in their game against Hines recently, I saw this number. I saw the number of 55, but then also I saw 43 bench points. Talk a little bit about that, the depth of your team and the girls that, may not run out there as the first 5, but, man, just them getting that success early in November that you're going to need them sometimes when you get down to late February, March, right?
Right, definitely. Honestly, Saturday's game, we changed up a few things in our lineup, some things that we wanted to tweak and experiment with. So those 43 bench points came from 3 freshmen. 2 of them, that was their first, they scored their career highs that night. And so that ignited a lot with our team. But we knew going into the season that we would be deep. We knew, but also it would take some of our freshmen, some time to get it. And I think Saturday, just showed how deep we really are, being able to, rotate 5 in and 5 out. You really don't see that often. And so I'm just grateful that we have a group that's bought in and that's not necessarily, locked into or care so much about starting, but just when they get their opportunity and their number is called, they'll be ready to show up.
So, Coach, talk a little bit about, you talked a little bit about balance, and it's the Thanksgiving week, right? I mean, you're a coach, wife, mom, surrogate mom, all them girls, and, you get the break. Talk a little bit about balance, but also marry that a little bit about this is your first year and really what Thanksgiving is. I mean, because this is it's a really, really kind of awesome time, I imagine, for you and your family.
Well, definitely for me, coaching has always been a calling. I say that It's a platform that I'm grateful that God has given me. I know I wear so many hats, and I'm a lot of things for a lot of people, and I'm grateful for it, and it's something that I continue to remind our student-athletes about, that it's always bigger than basketball. So before our game Saturday, we did our little devotion, and we talked about, this is a season of Thanksgiving. They have so much to be thankful for beyond the court. And so as we did that reflection, I'm always, self-reflecting as well as I did it with them, and just trying to balance being a mom, a wife, a coach, all the things, and just understanding that I am grateful, like I said, to be at Pearl River. It's a program that's really special. Everyone knows that all the programs, all the sports programs are very successful. So I'm grateful, that God has given me this opportunity and this platform to be a leader for student athletes, but also to help them, prepare for life after basketball.
So now that, being all of those roles, are you going to be cooking a big old meal on Thursday? What you going do you, because in my house, we've got the Mrs. Cooks, and we got 4 boys, and of course we got grandchildren and all. What's your house going to be like on Thanksgiving?
Oh, so my grandmother is 83 years old, and she still cooks a full meal. She cooks for the community. It'll be she sells plates, all the things. So we'll be all at my grandmother's house. My sisters will come down from Houston, and I don't cook. I clean the kitchen and do all the things. I help prep. But I sit back and, let her do her thing. I think it's a blessing at 83 that you can still get up and do that. So we allow her to do that and, serve in that capacity, but we also to give back and clean up and all the things. But I'm excited about, being home with my family. My sisters are coaches. One is a dental hygienist. So just to have all of us back together under one roof, and my husband coming off the road being a welder, he travels. So I'm just grateful to just relax and be with my family.
Isn't it something? It ain't nothing like a grandmama's, the smell of that kitchen. It ain't. I miss mine. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. We had these big Thanksgiving dinners, Coach, and still in my season of my life, I can still remember the smell coming from that stove. It's crazy. So now you get the break, and you don't play till the first part of December, and then you get probably a little bit more break after that going into the new year. What do you want to see this latter in between? This gap between you really start getting into a lot of MAC conference play, I guess, the first of the year.
Well, honestly, we have 5 more games until MAC play. The next 4 we'll play Shelton State and Gulf Coast State. We'll play Shelton State twice, and once in December and then once in January. We'll come back from the Christmas break. Honestly, I want to see us competing. I think that these games, along with Pensacola State, they're really good. We have to see Calhoun again. I think all these games, not just because they're on the road, but just the caliber of talent, and they're well-coached teams. I just want to see us to compete for 4 quarters. That's what really we've been challenging our teams, because in the past we've been like a second-half team. And so if we could put 4 quarters together like we did against Hines, I'll be pleased with that. But just, the growth mentally, physically, and emotionally from our student athletes, because everyone calls our league the MAC, the baby SEC, so of JUCO. So it's going to be tough. A lot of great coaches, a lot of great teams that we've already seen, and most of them are doing really well. So just want our teams to know, it's going to be a dogfight every night, for sure.
Well, Coach, happy Thanksgiving. I pray y'all have a blessed one and make memories, and I look forward to talking back with you again. We delight in it, and there's a lot of folks listen to this simulcast during the evening time, and then seeing you with some early success, and we're jumping around seeing what's going on down at Pearl River. Just know that if you got any information, something you want to pass along, one call, that's all. We appreciate you.
Sir. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you also.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. Coach Govan Williams, y'all, the head basketball coach at Pearl River, and they're 5-1. They beat Hines by 55 points. My goodness, you just don't do that in community college basketball, but that happened. And they may be mighty good coming down the stretch. Some other notes, y'all. The Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum will present the 30th annual C. Spire Connolly Trophy on Tuesday, December the 2nd. 5 quarterbacks on the list, and that includes Braylon Braxton out of Southern Mississippi. Y'all, the boy good. He good, and he's just as good a kid as he is a football player. And there's some other ones, Trinidad Chambliss, of course, and Josh Brown of Valley, Jacobian Morgan of Jackson State, all on the list. And the Hall of Fame will also award a SWAC Impact Award Division II, Division III Excellence Award for Outstanding Achievement, and the 13th Annual Hull Trophy will be given to the state's most outstanding college lineman. That's on December the 2nd. On Tuesday, where the C. Spire Connolly Trophy will be awarded at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. One quick plug, William Cary's Lady Crusaders shut out Xavier, y'all, in the opening round of the NAIA tournament. You might hear a little bit more about that on Crusader Talk, which is on the top of the hour. It's a tape segment, so I'm sure they got some information. We'll cross the T and dot the I when we come back when the sports page continues.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to SuperTalk, Mississippi. We're so glad, just glad that you came and be with us on this Thanksgiving week. Man, we have so much to be thankful for, aren't you? So much to be thankful for, and it's been something crazy. I mean, even when you have like schedules like some of us do, it's like you got something back to back to back to back to back, and sometimes you think it's a little bit so heavy. But man, we have so much to be thankful for. I want to thank Grace Temple Church. Thank you, Pastor Dwayne, the young adults pastor, Marcus Laird. We had 4 Southern Miss football players that were baptized last night, and just we had a great baptismal service last night. Our Southern Miss FCA was hosting. We had a really, really awesome time in the Lord last night, and I'm just so grateful. And we'll be at we're going to feed the homeless some on Wednesday. We're going to go out and do some things on Wednesday, and then of course we got senior day on Saturday, and got a big ball game, y'all. Big ball game. We got a big ball game on Saturday where the 1-11 Southern Miss of 2024 could become a division champion. Yeah. We'll see what will happen. It has to be earned. Southern Miss versus Troy, 2:30 kickoff at M.M. Roberts Stadium. If you haven't been to a game, it'd be a great time to go. Also, too, it's a great weekend, y'all, for football. And especially for the games that are going to be played on Friday for our high schools. In Class 6A, Picayune will be at Hattiesburg, 10-2 and 10-2. I'm telling you, you better get there early. It's going to be a good one. Laurel will be at Brookhaven for South State in Class 5A. Laurel is 6-6. And, y'all, they've been on that run, but that's what Ryan Ernest's teams do usually in November. They make a run late. Poplarville is at Columbia. Columbia is 13-0. Poplarville, the defending state champs, they're back in one more game away from playing for another title. That game being played in Columbia, Class 4A. Class 3A, Seminary is at Raleigh. Raleigh's 12-1. You remember 3 years ago they won a state championship. I think it's 3 or 4 years ago they won a state championship. They'll be hosting Seminary. And in South State for Class 2A, Mize will be at Heidelberg. Heidelberg is the defending 2A champion. And, they've had a crazy year. Crazy year. Y'all remember for all the unfortunate shootings that were held there during homecoming, and they had to have one game where they couldn't play at home, and then there was another game that was delayed, and they played it early, and Coach Darryl Carter has just that coach has been at the center trying to hold that community together. And in Class 1A, Taylorsville will be at Simmons. All these games. So the games closest to us in our area that will be played, everybody, will be at Hattiesburg at D.I. Patrick Stadium. Get there early. At Columbia, get there early. If you're going to Raleigh in Smith County, get there early. If you're going to Heidelberg in Jasper County, get there early. Those are the teams that are going to be playing at home. And if you listen to us in Brookhaven, Laurel and Brookhaven, I know there's going to be a lot of people over there. So, but all that notwithstanding, that game on Friday and then on Saturday, huge football game. Can't wait till Saturday. And it's going to be a great time. Ain't nothing like November and Friday nights in Mississippi. And then now on Saturday, playing for something in November at home. Yeah. Ain't got to go to the radio. Ain't got to look at it on television. You can come. And it's a great deal out there if you want to come and see some college football and see really a history-making game on Saturday. All right. As I said, we have so much to be thankful for. What are y'all going to do at Thanksgiving? Huh? I was talking with Coach Williams a little bit ago. I can still remember the smell out of my grandmother's kitchen. I can remember after it was passed along how that smell of the kitchen at my mama's when she started having everybody over there and the whole family came there. I can still smell it from that house in Eatonville. And then now at our house, there'll be so many folks at our house, and maybe a few football players in addition to our family. There'll be a smell there that our kids are raised up on. And we're so thankful for it. And the scripture says in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Since you're thankful to God, tell him so. Ain't that right? And keep telling him every day of your life how thankful you are. You know, as Christians and as those who are believe in a higher power, you know, we're just blessed beyond measure. And when we slow down and we express our gratitude to the one who made us, we enrich our own lives and the lives of those around us. Thanksgiving should become a habit, a regular part of our daily routines. Thanksgiving should be a habit, a regular part of our routine. God has blessed us beyond measure, and we owe him everything. We owe him everything, including our eternal praise. My goodness. Well, I hope and pray y'all have everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and maybe feed somebody that may not have a meal on Thanksgiving. Maybe think about that. All right? All right. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you have an awesome weekend. Come to the Southern game on Saturday and go support your kids on Friday. We hope to talk to you same time, same place next week. Take care, everybody. God bless.